up? What's up? What's up? How I can't imitate Martin. How y'all doing out there? And this week, welcome to another edition of Real Talk. I'm the host, Lee Black. I'm the man. I'm here in midweek, hump day. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week. I'm actually having a pretty good day. The weather is good. These nasty feeling no good bitches walking around. So what could be wrong with that? I get paid this Friday. Life is good. Hopefully, you're having a great week as well. If this is your first time joining our show, we are part of the TFG platform of shows. Please like, share, subscribe. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Facebook under TFG Uncut and Ratchet, because we get ready to get into some ratchet talk about some ratchet shit and only way that we do. All the way from Memphis, I got the host with the most, Mig Mac, in the house. What's on, Mig Mac?
What's going on, Black? How are you?
I'm doing all right today. I'm feeling pretty good. How about you, baby?
I'm all right. You dodging them bullets out there. That wasn't what happened today. Wasn't out there by you, was it?
You know what? I heard my phones was going off. In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, there apparently was a live shooter situation out there. You know what? It's always my nephew checked on me, and I'm gonna tell you guys out there what I told him. As long as that shit was happening out there and I was safe in here, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't know how to tell you. I don't care who got shot. If they caught some bullets, they probably was doing some shit they weren't supposed to be doing. So I'm trying to tell you. Here comes my brother from Texas. What's up, my brother?
What's good, beautiful black people? What's happening?
Yes, sir. See, my brother, when I see your face, I see her face, and then I got my other brother, I'm already going to have a good time tonight. I'm feeling pretty good, feeling healthy. That motherfucking Ozempic is dropping a few pounds around here. Nigga going to see his dick in a little bit. Nigga, it's getting good around this joint. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, that's a little bit too much information,
yes,
brother,
sir,
but
yes,
okay.
Sir. I'm in my zone tonight, y'all, because my brother, who I've been missing, what's up? Brother Bert, how you doing, brother?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, partner?
All right, I'm doing good. What up, though? How y'all feeling?
Man, we doing good. Good to see you, brother.
What up? What up,
All
brother?
right. What's going on?
Love the background of the lion, the king of the jungle, and you smoking on something. All right now, y'all. I'm trying to get where you at, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's hump day. You already know the vibe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know how it is, my brother. Good to have you. Hopefully your beautiful wife will join us as well. So let's say some couple of hellos, and we're going to get into it. Sheila E. Caldwell Hollins. Hola, baby. You looking good over there. I like a woman in black.
What's up, Sheila?
Welcome to the show.
All right.
She said this is her first time here. Yes, sir. Well, baby, hopefully you will give some comments.
Okay.
And you're more than welcome to come on the show live. We welcome all visitors. We are doing fantastic, Sheila E. I promise you. And thank you for tuning in to check us out. If you like what you see, share, comment, like. Please tell others about us. And we just wanted to show us under TFG. Please tell somebody. And this is the man that makes it all possible, Mr. Real Estate Insider himself. What's going on, fam? How you doing? How you doing? So look.
What up, fam?
Thank you. We appreciate your support, Sheila. Appreciate you, sweetheart. So what are we talking about tonight? Well, you know what? Nick Cannon was pretty damn happy when he heard that the Red Table Talk Show got canceled. And I was pretty damn delighted with them. So,
Straight up.
So you know what? They're shopping for some new people. You know what? Will and Jada, they're good people, I'm sure, but they just made you sick of each other. So while they might have shut their monkey ass down, we still talking. Tonight is Real Talk, TFG His and Hers Roundtable Talk. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to go to the TFG His and Hers Relationship Perspectives. And guess what? We're going to talk about what's going on out here between men and women. Shafana, how you doing, sweetheart? Absolutely. Now this ought to get good. Sheila let us know.
How you doing?
I'm single now. I want to hear your views, baby. I'm trying to tell you. And Lord, we got Mr. DJ Sullivan in the house. What's going on, partner? It's about to get real.
DJ up in there.
You know what? I like you already, Sheila. She said, I need a good man in my life. Oh, baby.
She didn't come to the right place. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding.
The host wasn't supposed to tell you that. You might have a good one up the top. I ain't shit, but I'll be good for a little bit of fun. But we're going to make it do what it do. we're going to talk about topics, you know, in case you guys don't know. Look, relationships is, we even talked about this on Monday's show of TFG tonight with Brendan Haynes. Black love, relationships. This, I don't know if things are getting better or worse out here, folks. I really and truly don't. But more and more things are coming up as we are evolving on this mortal coil. So guess what? We're going to talk about some shit that we think is relevant to our people, to us, to the bros. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to get into it as only we get into it. I'm going to be picking subjects randomly, and we're going to get your opinion on it. I invite you to be raw, to be real, and we're going to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. We even got the pastor in the house himself, Mr. Brenton Haynes. Appreciate you, my brother. So we're looking forward to it.
What up, brother Brenton?
Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Y'all know how we do it. And we're going to cover this thing and see what we can talk about. So, yes, indeed. So, all right. When I share my screen, if that picture, can y'all see my screen?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now. Now. Mm-hmm.
If that picture alone don't do it for you, something wrong with you.
Something
wrong with you right there. Something wrong with you. I'm trying to tell you that, look, the weather is outside and these nasty, filthy, no good bitches is out here showing what they got. And this picture right here caught my attention right from the gate. So let's talk about it. She got legs gapped open. And what I love about her most is that look on her face. Oh my God, let me just look at her.
Oh man, you off the chain, bro.
Yes, Lord.
We need to be here for this.
Right. Do you need some alone time? Do we need to log off? Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to smoke on right now, but I gotta take me a drink behind that. Whew. The question is asking on that picture is, how many bodies do y'all consider a chick to be ran through? Now I know we got women on this panel, so I want to twist it a little bit and ask at the same token, women, do y'all ever look at a man and think the same thing, that he just been ran through? And if that's the case, how do we determine what makes somebody ran through? You know? So looking at her, and oh my God, I'm telling you, fellas, I'm gonna start with you, and I'm gonna give my requisite lady and Sheila E. I want to hear your opinion on this as well. We got lots of people in this joint. Charles Moore's in the house. Miss Tori, the Superman, is here tonight. We got the whole family.
What up, Tori?
Answering that question, is there, let's be honest, is there a body count that if you knew about it? Because I think collectively we agree that we're not going to ask a woman how many people you slept with. You know,
right.
I think we passed that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if you knew a woman was pretty active, she had a pretty active nightlife, how much is too much for you guys when you say, well, man, I can't fuck with her, she just ran through? And while you think about that, Sheila say, I just turned 62 on 420, baby. If you got, smoke it if you got it. And 62, oh my God, I'm gonna have to check your page out after this. 62, you looking pretty damn good there. I'm gonna tell you. But anyway, let's get to what we're talking about. Ken and Bert. Look, y'all leave me alone.
You on one tonight, bro.
If you know a woman, what's ran through to you?
You going first, Kenny?
Go ahead, Bert. I'm gonna let you go, Bert.
I mean, ran through. To me, ran through is just like the whole hood been in there. That's ran through to me. Now, me personally, I'm not really worried about the body count, to tell you the truth. You know, it's no harm, no foul to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, if you ain't asking me, you ain't worrying about me. I'm not really too concerned about you. But I mean, just sticking on the topic, ran through to me was like everybody done dove through that thing. They done swam through that thing.
Okay. Can you look at a woman, and is there something that you were saying to look at her though and say, what, you know what? Ugh, she just looked too ran through though. Tasha, if you can't do me a favor, put the link in there. Sheila says bring her in for a quick sec. I think I posted it as well, but why you answer that question?
You saying how the way
Yeah, have you looked at it? Is there a way that you can look at a woman and think, you know what? I'm putting in here, Thomas, that Sheila, that man, she just ran through. Sheila, if you can see that link, sweetheart, that'll bring you on live backstage, and I'll bring you on camera. So go ahead, Brother Bert.
Yeah, I mean, if it's looking chopped up, then
Okay.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but again, I'll say it again. I mean, there have been some women that been ran through, but for some reason they was able to keep it a certain way, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, in the past, it never really
mattered to you.
To me.
Okay. Kenny,
I mean? That's just how the way I was.
I feel it. I love the honesty. Toria says you can look at some women and you can tell they just been rode hard and put away wet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say about that, Kenny? What's your feelings on a woman being ran through?
I'm you asked I've never to care about past sexual. Now there ain't. I'm popping. Am I back in?
Yeah, you're going in and out.
I'm looking. Am I back in?
Yes, you're kind of steady. Go ahead.
Going in and out. Am I back?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me make it real quick. If you saying a number, I would have. If I have to put a number on what I consider ran through, I would say more than 50. But I don't ask women their past. It doesn't matter to me. So I mean, that was then. This is now. Because that's kind of look at it. Now, just looking, I can't really look at a woman and say if she's been ran through unless I just, examine the goods. But I mean, if I had to put a number on it, 50. But again, I don't ask a woman her past sexual escapades because it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Tasha, I'm interested to hear what you think on this when it comes to men. Charles said, I don't care how many dudes fucked on, just don't entertain any niggas while we're together. Let me see if so I put the real estate inside says he don't want to know. He don't even want to know. Tasha, for you as a woman, you ever look at a guy and think, well, damn, he just looked like he just been around too much. He ran through. Is that a thing even with women?
For me, no, that's not something that I even consider. Is how many were before me. It's not really a factor. I mean, we can't go back. You can't unrace it. You can't take it back. So not really.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. I was trying to, Brittany says, hey y'all, how you doing, sweetheart? We missed you. Definitely chime in. Can I come on in the show, please?
What's up, Brittany?
Real estate says, and I'm an Arby's fan. So yeah. So, I feel you. So Tasha, that's not even it doesn't matter who's been before you, and you've never experienced a guy that even sexually that he just looked like he been rode too many times, been through too much.
No. I mean, I'll say this: I will judge someone based off of what their occupation is, off of what they do. I will, I'll take that into consideration, and I can probably guess about how many people that they done been with.
I gotta hear this. Please enlighten us to the science, because men do that too. So tell us the occupation thing, because please enlighten me.
So I mean, I don't think it. Well, okay, for me. Terrence? Men in the military and any sort of like law enforcement, firefighters, all y'all fucking dipping, sticking, all of that. Truck drivers, I know you some hoes. You got families in other states. I know that. Who else? Retail managers, call center supervisors, like male supervisors, y'all fucking them little young people in there. And the people who general managers of like restaurants or like fast food places, y'all been fucking them little girls in there too. So that I judge it like that.
Oh,
Wow. You get
Yeah.
some education here. The Real Estate Insider says if they drive a Camaro or a Trans Am or a Charger, I guess that means something too. Brittany says, I think the vicinity matters. Let's go with 50 dudes. 50 dudes from the same hood is different from 50 dudes across the map. Just my opinion. Very interesting points.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, I'm going to give my point of view. I never ask a woman her number, but I can look at some women and tell when they've been run through, even before I see the goods. I can look at some women, Victoria said it best, where you can just look at somebody and it just look like that pussy been in a whole lot of wars. And that's even before you even see the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? She just look handled rough. Some women look handled rough. Now, of course, when I get the clothes off, if her pussy lips are all raggedy and shit, and just torn to pieces and all sloppy and dripping and running like they ain't been frozen long enough. And then if I look in the pussy and I see bumps and shit and all that kind of stuff going on, I'm gonna have some room to pause, not to mention, fellas, how many of us have went into that room and we could stand around with 3 more people. Good and goddamn well in that moment, that pussy, this just ain't no baby head coming through that pussy. Somebody been ragging that pussy to death. You might even finish the job. I've had women that I had to fuck them in the asshole at that point because I can't do nothing for their pussy, because I can't even get no friction of it. So at that point, let me just get my nut in your ass and then I can move on,
And
So,
you wonder why people don't be wanting to join the show, because you be saying shit like that.
I'm just saying.
That will scare somebody, y'all.
boy.
I'm just saying. Charles say Ultima drivers are hoes. Well, damn, I drive an Ultima, Charles. I don't consider myself. I drive an Ultima.
Damn.
I also spent 25 years as a retail manager, and I guess Tasha's kind of right because I was fucking them young hoes. But anyway, I'm just saying, you do what you got. Look, I'm no different than the president of the United States. Brittany, you want to talk about vicinity? When you working fucking 40, 50, 60 hours, you fuck what's around you. You know what I'm saying? Come here, bitch. Get under here.
The more contact people have with, the public, I expect them to have like a higher body count just because the opportunities are there.
Absolutely. But I'm gonna close out by just saying pussies can be run through. Even though there might not be a body count on it, pussies can be run through. Ladies, take care of yourselves down there. Kegel exercises, do whatever you need to do. Stop letting everybody stand up in your pussy. I'm just trying to say.
DJ, we know you got that interstate dick. We know that. He got interstate dick. It just be everywhere. I already know about DJ, so.
DJ, take the fifth, my brother. Take the fifth. Let's move on to another one. This lady just looks interesting, and the caption is, so what spoke to me here is status. Brittany said, not interstate. Damn, DJ. My bro, that traveling man, I gotta tell you. All right, let's see what this young lady is talking about here. So let's pop her in. And of course,
interesting when I see individuals who want to have a certain lifestyle but can't afford that lifestyle for themselves, and they expect somebody else to provide it for them. And Raven kind of falls when she's like, "You're going to be in California, but I still think you should split half my rent." I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, so I believe you should split half the rent with Raven. Raven is a very beautiful woman. She works hard on her body, her exterior, her makeup, her hair. She is a high maintenance woman, right? And there's a certain status that comes for men when you have a high maintenance woman. She is putting all her time, effort, and energy into being the prize. So a man can have higher status being with her. When she says that if I'm going to be with you and give you all of this, you need to be able to give me something. And so the payoff has always been beauty for money. I don't like that men feel entitled to date younger, very beautiful women. Men will full out say, "You are so beautiful. I love your hair. I love your skin. I love your body. I love all these very superficial things." But when a woman says the thing that I appreciate is someone to provide me with stability, financial security. Suddenly it's like, oh, you should just love me for me. But you don't just love her for her. You love her for her youth, her body. So all I'm saying is, if you don't want someone to be superficial with you with your money, don't be superficial with someone with their look.
I always find it interesting when
There's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack there. And I'm going to start at where she ended. She says, she made a statement that if you, and we as men, that if we don't want women to be superficial with their body, we shouldn't be superficial with our money. Because I think if you look at the beginning of the conversation, I guess it was alluding to the fact that he was with somebody that they don't live in the same state, but she wants him to pay half her rent. And the lady says, well, she think he should pay half her rent because the woman, by her estimation, she's high maintenance. And if you go after a high maintenance woman, I guess that's a part of the package. What do you guys think about this? It's a lot to unpack here.
It is a lot. And I'll say it like this. That's a dangerous precedence that you're setting, because for some men, and as we know, beauty fades. Some men's money will be there long after your beauty is gone, and they can trade to something else. That is a dangerous statement and a dangerous mindset to have, because now you're just saying that you're putting a price, and you don't want to do that.
I love what you said, Tasha. As a woman, could you ever be comfortable with being in that situation where somebody finds you so beautifully attractive that even though I know you, that they're willing to pay for you to maintain that level of whatever they think that beauty is? I'm going, look, baby, you don't got to do nothing. I'm gonna get your hair done. I'm just that. Could you be in a situation like that? I'm just curious.
For a year, hell yeah.
Okay.
For a year, I could do it. But me, I get bored. I get bored very easily. And so that it would only be able to satisfy me for so long. And then it's like, well, what else do I do?
Okay. Interesting. Fellas, what do you guys think about this notion that maintaining that lifestyle for a high maintenance woman, if that's what you asked for and that's what you went after, and that according to that, you it's only right that you pay her bills and so that she can maintain that level, because as she said, her being high maintenance is bringing your status up. And we've heard that a lot in even songs a lot of times, with a lot of famous singers talking about, I don't know what's the term they call it, trade up or whatever. Sierra had a song or some shit like that at one point. What do you guys think about this?
I don't think to tell you the truth, you high maintenance, you ain't up in my status, to tell you the truth, because if I'm able to take care of you, my status is already set.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, I'm already there. You're just a toy on my arm. And guess what? Like toys, I could trade you in. Just like the cars or whatever. And I agree with Tasha. It's a dangerous game, because guess what? You think you that chick. Yeah, you that chick for now. But if I see something younger, you know what I mean? Just like a car, something newer.
Right.
And I'm gonna drop you and go with the newer model. You know what I'm saying? So you're just a toy. You're not really upgrading me. You just something like, damn, he got a bad tick on his arm, but you're not really. It's not an upgrade for me, because you ain't doing shit for me except for looking good.
I love it.
You ain't adding nothing more to me except for the fact that I got a bad bitch on my arm. That's about it. But other than you're not upgrading me. If anything, I'm making sure you look the part. That you keep up and doing what you're doing by taking care of your bills and all. So I'm helping your ass out.
Preach, brother. Preach.
You're just a hoe.
Preach, brother. What do you think about men putting themselves in that position? Welcome to the show, Miss Sheila. Sheila E. Holland.
Oh, you guys can see me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the show.
I'm on blast on mine.
No, baby, come on in. We're going to take you as you are.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing? Hey, what do you want to say?
I'm blessed.
Hey, good evening.
Actually, good evening to you as well. I'm really blown away. I actually just was scanning through my phone. Mm-hmm. And I actually saw this pop up and caught my attention. So thank you for welcoming me.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come on and blessing us with your presence. And the question I think us men are asking is the one that the real estate is like 62. Where the hell are you 62 at?
Right here.
Ooh, Lord, I'm trying to tell you, baby. I got my glasses on and I'm still peeking in close. Yes, sir.
It's in the jeans, baby.
You know what?
Okay.
You came to the right place, kid, baby.
Well, I'll give you a quick little bit about me. Without you all even knowing it, you're lifting my spirits because today is a tough day. I recently lost my spouse a year ago today, and the journey has been really difficult and tough, but I know that the Father don't bring us anywhere he doesn't want us. So I just want to thank you all for welcoming me, and I'm ready for the new journey to go forward. And I do need someone in my life. And when you mention about me personally, I come from the old school upbringing when it comes to the teaching about men and women. I need a man that's I can get to his mind opposed to just being in the body, because if you can get to his mind, then you have captivated quite a bit right there. So,
yes, ma'am.
I mean, I don't believe in wearing wigs. I mean, we ladies, being our African American women, we tends to want to buy the wigs, the weaves, but this is me. When you lay down at night with your significant other, I'm assuming that with most of us, that a man want to see you in the realness, you know. So in the realness, I say when you take off the makeup, I call it clown makeup. I'm flawless. Every blue moon I might put a little on, not knocking out women, because like I say, we want to be sexy, but I like the realness, the real us, the image of who we are, who God created us. And that's just me. I'm old fashioned. So, hey.
Well, you know
And
what? You are a welcome addition, and I hope you continue to bless us and come back, because we could always use another bit of sanity in this crazy show that we do. This is your first time. You're going to hear some shit that's going to tickle your ears.
hey, I'm ready.
It's real, it's raw, and you're not going to always agree with us, but we are authentic in every part of what we do, and we're
That's
welcoming.
what's
And
up.
this is a safe space. I will
And
promise you this. This is a safe space. So you're welcome.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, please go ahead, sweetheart.
I was going to say, I also am an advocate for domestic violence as
Okay.
well as a survivor. So I'm out here on platforms. I don't know if you've heard of Carolyn Thomas, Voices Fall Foundation. I
Okay.
walk and I work with a lot of them. And that's my drive. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Well,
Changing
baby,
lives.
welcome. So I expect to hear your content, because we need a voice like yours. The reason why we have
Thank
Tasha
you.
on the show, she brings sanity and clarity to balance me out, just so you know.
Already.
Just so you know. So you'd be a welcome addition, because you're going to hear some shit.
I'm
Absolutely. So
looking
thank you.
forward to this topic.
Sit back and enjoy the ride, sweetheart.
And
And
I'm
to share,
available.
baby, you said, what state you live in?
I'm in Texas right now,
Oh shit!
but I'm
You know
originally
what?
from California, Los
I'm
Angeles.
coming to Dallas sometime soon, so we might get a chance to see each other in the flesh. I'm
Follow
not
me
telling
on
you.
Facebook.
Hey, when this show is over, trust me, I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna check you out. Let me get in a few more comments, because if I start talking too much, Sheila, then shit, you're gonna have a plane ticket to Atlanta. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, hey, I got family in Atlanta. I'm down for the ATL.
So glad.
I'm trying to tell you, baby. Victoria says,
Hey,
back
you
when
ain't said nothing but a word.
I like her. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Let me do my job, baby. Let me do my job.
hey.
Victoria says, back when I was single, would never want a man like that. Women need to know their value. If he wants you for looks, he not the one for you. He has no
That's
value
right.
himself.
That's right.
And so we lost Kenny. Is laughing. Oh yeah, this is real talk. Let me get my comments though on when I said there was a lot to unpack from that. I'm one of those individuals that it's not in my nature to do the trophy woman anything. Now, this is your first time knowing Miss Sheila. I'm a person like, realistically, I'm being as brutally honest. The last thing I look at on a woman is her face. I'm an ass man. I'm a body man. And then I tend to like more naturally built women anyway. So I'm personally sick of this whole look where they
Thank
talking
you.
about somebody on a pedestal, the big
Exactly.
asses and built
Mhm.
up bodies. I yearn for the days when a woman just has a normal, regular life. So what you said, when you
Mhm.
get past all of that shit, the fake hair,
Mhm.
the big
Mhm.
spider eyelashes and stuff like that, because you can't maintain that look 24/7.
That's
So
true.
once the camera's down and we not on social media, I got to live with that real person.
That's
I
right.
think it's ludicrous to try to maintain something that's not real. So for me,
Mhm.
it would never be that way anyway. And I agree with what you said, Brother Bert. You're not upgrading me. I worked very hard to get to this point in my life to
Mhm.
where I'm proud to say I actually don't need a woman. When I want somebody, it's because of what I don't need a woman. I cook
That's it.
better than most women. I keep a fucking clean house. I'm already educated. I'm pretty goddamn charming. I still can fuck. So you know what? I don't need a woman. This is something that if I'm inviting you into my space, it's because I
Mhm.
want you to be there, and then you have to add something to that space. Not to mention the fact that ugly women need love too. Shit, ain't
Mhm.
nothing wrong with So shit, if an ugly woman got a real nice body and a real nice spirit, bring your ugly ass on. I
Mhm.
used to be I'm ugly now, but I still got a lot of other shit going for me. But looks ain't everything. As Tasha said, looks fade. That fades. Charles
I
says
agree.
Black and Sheila sitting in the tree. KISSING.
Well, I
This
can guarantee you, I'm like a virgin, baby. Hey, mine ain't worn down like a child, baby.
there you go,
Mine
baby.
has been well preserved. Okay.
Sheila, you fuck with me, we gonna doing a whole lot more than that
Hey,
sweet kissing.
I'm gonna say he ain't gotta worry about me. I gotta worry about him.
There you go.
So we just gonna sit back, all right?
We're gonna move on to another one. I
Okay.
want to share this video with you. This is Keke Palmer talking, and
All
I
right
only
now.
heard a snippet of this.
Mhm.
You know what? And I'm gonna hold my point. I'm gonna hold my point because I want you guys to hear
Okay.
what she has to say. So let's share this about Keke Palmer.
Okay.
Check this out.
I'm still here. I have a dog in the background.
Yes, ma'am.
She wants to be
Okay.
nosy.
All right.
10 years, kids,
See.
and then in the 10th year you get cheated on. Are you leaving?
It depends on if he's showing me contrition or not. Why did this happen? Why didn't you talk to me? Was there a problem in our marriage, or is there a problem going on with you? Is this a midlife crisis? Is this something that I need to understand what's going on. But I do think that forgiveness is a major part of love.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't want to admit that. Now, I'm not saying you need to be forgiving a dude every dang on day. You know what I'm saying? For something major, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to set your boundary lines and whatever your hard lines are. But I feel like I have learned throughout my life because I've cut a lot of people off. I'm one of those people that's like, you did me wrong, you've hurt me, we're done. Number change, you're blocked.
Yeah.
And I've learned that that's not right. I've lost a lot of people, or I have just found myself very alone because it's like, well, girl, somebody gonna hurt you once or twice, like including your mama and your daddy and your family members. Like, you're gonna be hurt by people because people are not perfect.
If you were married,
okay,
10 years.
What do you guys think about what she had to say? Because I found that very interesting. What she talked about, that forgiveness is a part of being in a relationship, and I want to
That's
even
true.
apply that to friendships because I like the comment she made. She said, "Well, I lost a lot of people because I was the kind of person that if you wronged me, I basically cut you off." What do you guys think about this notion of forgiveness and maybe looking at it differently? What's your thoughts? Anybody?
Well, when I look at it, I like that, that when she was talking about having that conversation first. It seems like before that, she was quick on the trigger. Like, you know what, that's it, I'm out. Like she said, blocking you the whole nine. And I can relate to that. But, as time goes on, as you get older, as you get more mature, and start thinking on all sides, all right, let me delve a little bit deeper. What was it? Like she said, was it a midlife crisis? Was it something that I did? Was it something that I'm not doing? You know what I'm saying? It could be a whole host of things. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you really accepting of the behavior. It's just like you just need to know, well, what made you do this? Is this something that this is what you are, or is this something where something that I triggered something where you went ahead and just either I'm not doing something right or whatever the case might be. You know, there's no condolence for it, but you still need to know what made you do it. So speaking on that, I mean, I used to be that way too, even with friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You do me wrong, that's it. I'm out, because the way I am, man, I rock with you. You know what I mean? We can be rolling out. If you get into something, I'm right there with you. I got your back. You know what I mean? Me and you talk about it later on. Like, what the fuck was going on with you right there? Man, you put me in a situation, but at that time, I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but, you know, as time moved on, maturity and everything else like that, you know what I mean? Now I can have that conversation with you and be like, hey, listen, what was going on? What am I doing? What didn't I do? The whole 9 yards. So, I mean, I respect what she was saying. And I think that just comes with a level of maturity as you get older, and as far as in your experiences too. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a lot deeper than just cutting people off or just letting them go and the whole nine. Because and also, what is that person bringing to your life? If that person is bringing some type of value to your life, and then they wind up slipping up, you might. I'm not saying everybody has to.
Right.
But you might want to give them another chance, or you might want to hear what they have to say first before you start chopping necks off and chopping heads off, anything like that.
Okay, I love that. I love what you have to say. I agree with a lot of it. Anybody, you know, what's your thoughts on forgiveness, and how have you evolved, if you have or have not? What's your thoughts on it? And again, apply this to relationships and friendships.
The word is called boundaries. We have boundaries as well. And I think personally, like in relationships, that it stereotypes from growing up in the households. And when you're growing up and we were taught, or some people are taught, to sweep things, as your grandmother and your parents would say, sweep these things under the rug. So now in society now, we have a lot of dysfunctional things going on in the mental sense. I mean, and it's not just with men, it's with women. It's just craziness. So when you speak about forgiveness, we know that the Bible speaks about it, but as individuals, as I said, we have boundaries. And when you say, for me personally, if someone, and I've gone through this quite a bit here lately, I'm gonna forgive you, but we never forget. But how many times in the Bible God forgave 1,000 times over, but me personally, I don't want to forgive you 1,000 times over. I'm gonna either forgive you now, walk away, or I'm gonna tell you what it is, and we're gonna leave it here, and we're gonna see what we can do to progress. Counseling may be okay, but I don't think that counseling is for everybody. I mean, it's just some things we just have to be grown enough to be able to maneuver through in life, and that's just where we are.
Thank you.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, look, the beauty of it is that's your view, and that's what we're about here. You sharing your authentic view and viewpoint, and it's going to be respected. So thank you. Kenny or Tasha, where do you stand on this?
You can go ahead.
Okay, for me, yes, forgiveness is a part of love, and it's a part of any relationship, you know, whatever it is, friendship, you know, romantic, even like work. It is a part of it. However, there's a difference between someone hurting you and someone betraying me. And to me, cheating is a betrayal. Because it's not, you didn't accidentally do it. You took a lot of, you made a lot of decisions along the way, and you made a final decision that we can't come back from. I'll forgive you, but you have to be over there. Doesn't matter why you did it. I don't really care why you did it, because there's not going to be a satisfactory answer in there. You know, so I don't even care if you want to say it's my fault. Okay, but you still stuck your dick where it wasn't supposed to be. So that's, you know, that's how I would look at it. And even like with friendships, I can take you know, like me and a friend getting mad at each other, but there is a line that if once it's crossed, there is no coming back, and it's the betrayal line. There's a difference there.
I love that. I love that.
I agree.
Tasha always bringing it. Kenny, what do you say to this?
Tasha hit it out the park. You guys, can
Yes,
y'all hear
she
me?
did.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say this. This is one of my. I have quite a few proverbs that I live by, and this is one of them when it comes to forgiveness in relationships or friendships. Is follow your heart, but take your brain with you.
I like that.
And when I say that is, it's okay to forgive, but it's also don't be stupid.
Right.
That's right.
Don't get played like a fool either. So you think about the situation, whatever that situation was with that person, whether it be cheating or betraying your trust or whatever it may be. Be smart about it and think about the situation, because a lot of times as human beings, we base our reaction off of emotions rather than logic. We quick to jump off our emotions really quick off of anything rather than sit back and think about it for a second. Like, wait a minute, okay, this is what it is. So, and that's how I kind of rock, and that's how I move. So, and I don't think you ever forget when you forgive. I think that's real. That sounds real good, but most of us don't really forget when somebody.
That's true.
We're gonna always remember that. We're just gonna know how we deal with them from that point forward.
That's true.
We're gonna deal with them totally different. So
I appreciate you, brother. Another pearls of wisdom there. Miss Toria says that's why I love Tasha. She nailed it. That is the same way I feel exactly.
Exactly.
So you know what? I feel differently about forgiveness now than I did 30 years ago. And it's weird because where traditionally you evolve, and I think get to the point where Kiki is talking about, because talk about that, Brother Bert, you talk about that wisdom, that maturity. I think I went backwards. I think I went the other way as I've gotten older, and I'll share with you why. When I was younger, I think I was more forgiving. I think for me, being younger, I associated mistakes, including infidelity, Tasha, with some of it was the bloom of youth and just, being young and whether this is right or not, yeah, I've slipped and tripped on a piece of pussy a time or two. So, I wanted to be forgiven, So I think it was only right that I forgive that person too. I remember when even me and my wife was going through our time. I had already made it up in my mind that had she cheated, if that was the reason why the marriage was failing, I could live with that. That wasn't what was going to break the marriage up. I loved her enough that I could get past that part. Of course, knowing that I had done a lot of shit too. So I was prepared to deal with that part of it.
Don't we all?
But what's happened as I've gotten older, and I'm applying this to friendships too, my level of tolerance.
That's the key.
Much
Tolerance.
Shorter. So Miss Sheila, when you were talking about boundaries, what you were saying, and I'm a couple that what Tasha was saying, because she was talking about betrayal. Tasha, you're right in that sense that I think when I was younger, I was more volatile, willing to argue over shit and hear your point of view, and let's argue it out, and maybe we can get past this and blah, blah, blah. I'm not anymore. I'm centered in a level of peace now that you're not going to fuck with that.
Yes.
The craziness y'all hear from me on this show, this is the extent of the yelling and shit that I do. This abode here is peaceful, and nothing is going to disturb that peace. And so, to Tasha's point, when there is a betrayal line that's crossed, I'm okay. I'm not angry. And this, Kenny, you have your saying. Mine is similar. Mine is my head is stronger than my heart. I can forgive you. This is, but I can't fuck with you. I might be like I got friendships that ended this year in 2023. I truly envision that we might run across each other and that person might apologize. Do you know what my view would be? I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope everything is well with you. God bless you and good luck. I've moved on. And so for me, my being unforgiven is not to the volatile point of holding it against you. If you want to know the truth about it, I really don't give a fuck. There's so much now that I don't give a fuck about until I think sometimes something is wrong with me. I was talking to my sister earlier today when she was telling me some shit about my nephew and his baby and the problems he's having with his girlfriend and
Come on
my
now.
cousin, this and that. And I cut her off and I don't really care.
Yeah.
I really don't give a fuck about shit like that. You know, I got a crazy family right now dealing with some stuff and they all packed up in this house like Sanford and Son. I don't really care. I'm sleeping pretty comfortably here, so y'all have to deal with that. I've reached a level of not giving fuckitness, and you're not going to mess with that level of peace.
That's a new word. I like that.
I love it. I love it. Repeat that one.
I'll hit that level of not give a fuckitness.
I love that. I love it.
You know, so yes, sir.
Listen, and I want to ask the panelists, if you do want to cut somebody off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really because of the fact that I know you saying you can forgive them, but you just can't forget? Is it because of the fact that you're gonna put them through the gauntlet? You know what I'm saying? You know yourself.
Not anymore.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because if you cutting somebody off, it's because it's for a couple of reasons. Either because it's like Tasha said, it's a betrayal, or if you feel like you can forgive them, but you're not gonna forget, that means you're gonna put them through some bullshit because of what they did. Even if they just slipped up once, slipped on some pussy, slipped on a dick, whatever it is. At the end of the day, if that was a one slip up, is it because of the fact that, you know what? I'm not only are you untrustworthy, but I know me. I'm gonna put you through that shit. It's not
great
working
question.
because I'm gonna break you, and it's gonna break me too. It's gonna
great
make me
question, ladies. I want you to answer that, because I think that makes me think of the Kobe Bryant situation. God rest his soul. You know, and I remember when he cheated, and I was like, Kobe, run as fast as you can. Ladies. So to Bert's point, Tasha and Sheila, I'd love to hear your answer to that.
Tasha, you want to go first? Because I've been cheated on.
Go ahead, Sheila.
Yeah, I've actually been cheated on. And not just in my younger years, because in your younger years, but in your teenage years, I feel that you're not really mature enough, because life, you go through your ups and downs as you're coming through your adulthood. But in the adult sense, now you have an option, and we all have choices. And as Tasha said, you chose to go out there and make your conscious decision, true that. But when you come back here, you are living like this peaches and cream. But see, I was the kind of person that I was told he was doing these things. I come from the upbringing that when I hear and see with my eyes, I might not let you know I was listening, but to make it a long story short, when I caught up with you and I saw that that's what you were doing, the norm is either I'm going to jail or I could be somewhere I don't want to be. So this is me. I'm going to ask you one time, which I did. I asked him, and it was his ex-wife. You got a choice. Either you're going to get over here with her, or you're going to go and get your shit together. But here is me. I put his shit out, and I started praying. I come from that school. As I said, I started praying. But that didn't say that I was not hurting, that I still don't hurt. But what it did to me is gave me vulnerability of a lack of trust. Not all men are bad men, but it put me in the limelight that's where I am right now with my trust, even with my family. I cut my uncle off because he was one to say, oh, well, you come from the school, your grandmother this. No, either I'm going to be a damn fool and continue to allow this shit to go on, or I'm going to put a stop to it. So I gave him a choice. This was me. And God helped me with this one because he brought it into existence. You're going to need me, and you're going to need me. He's going to put your ass in a position where you're going to need me. And your death is going to be a hard one when he calls your name. As sure as I'm standing here today, God rest his soul. He did exactly what I prayed for, and he called him home. I wouldn't have wished that, even in the health part. He didn't go into a rest home. He didn't go into a facility to take care of his ass. Where's your ex-wife now? This is me asking him. Where's her ass at now? You need to pick your phone up and call her to wipe your ass then.
So let me ask you this, Ms. Sheila, real quick. Let me ask you this real quick. Had you forgiven him, and even if in those instances where you might have forgiven a friend, did you put them through the ringer? Did you make them jump through some hoops and go through some shit?
I made him bow down. That's what I did. I made him bow down, and when I say that, I mean calling on the Father. and asking him to guide me with my words, because I can't get my blessing if I allow him to bring me down, to belittle me the way he is and the way he carried himself, because I'm a mother with a son. I'm teaching mine not to be like that with another female in regards to how you want your mother to be treated. I want my son to be a man that if I'm dead and gone, he's not going to abuse another young lady. He's not going to disrespect her. And if that's the case, you need to pack your shit, because I'm a mother that will help her put his ass where he needs to be. That's me. So with that being said, I made a conscious decision and said, if I allow him to create in me to be that kind of person overall, the other person that comes along being a man is not responsible for what I went through. So what I needed to do is get my shit together, mentally back together, so that when I come, I'm not bringing all this baggage over here. But the old saying again to say that I want a man that if I cry, he's gonna cry with me, and I'm gonna do the same for him. We're just gonna be that team. You got to build up the same thing it took me to get him, and for him to get me is the same thing it's gonna take for us to come to this conclusion that it's going to take that to keep us where we are. Because every day to me is a dating day. We got to find time with each other. And a man don't want to hear women pay attention. I had to learn it myself. The man don't want you always right here. So we got to learn that. He's not always wanting that in his ear.
Sheila, hold on to all of those pearls. Don't give them all away tonight. Don't give them all away tonight. Hold on to those pearls. Tasha, where do you stand on this? How do you feel about when you forgiven? Did you cut him free because you knew you would put him through the ringer?
Yes. Where you reach the level of fucking this, I have a finite amount of fucks left to give. It's a small amount too. Like I'm like 2 major traumas in my life away from going crazy. Okay, so it's. So yeah, for me, because I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna get my lick back as long as I need to, and until I feel satisfied. So yeah.
Bert, does that answer your question?
I've been in the same boat as them, so that's why I'm saying. Because I know me, I'll put you through that fucking grinder crazy. So that's why I was just wondering if everybody.
No, great question, man.
I have a question.
Kenny, chime in. Hold on for a second, Miss Sheila. Kenny, I want to hear. Would you put a person through the grinder if you forgave them?
Nah, man. That ain't my personality, man. Because pretty much, once I wash my hands of that relationship, I'm moving on, man. You know, my thing is I could be holding back my blessing for trying to be getting revenge back at this person. And I'm blocking my own blessing from moving on. So my personality, I don't rock like that. I move on. So
Shavana said the best part of breaking free is your glow up. You said you had an additional question, Miss Sheila.
I wanted to ask, since there are men on the panel, for me, being a woman, men get cheated on as well. And when a lot of times we hear that men are always the one that do the cheating. There are some women that do the cheating too. So I think that stereotype and just putting men in the box, like in the domestic violence sense, it's always saying that men in the norm, pretty much it is men, but there are good men. But when I say that, I want to ask you men the question about how do you feel like women? We hurt, we bleed, we cry, we do it all. When a man is cheated on, do you feel the same way that women do, that the way we come across when we're being cheated on? Being a man that you've been cheated on, do you have that same reaction in the feelings?
Okay, fellas, have you been cheated on, and how do you feel? How did you feel?
Yeah, I think so, because the fact of the matter is, I think it's just a human instinct. I think that, to tell you the truth, like everybody can feel the same. You know what I mean? I felt that same thing. Everything that a woman would say, as far as how the way she felt and what she went through. Now, mind you, this woman wound up getting pregnant on me, and it was almost like an abuse situation too. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a man that really not going to be physical towards you, and she knew that, You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like a mind fuck almost.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know when it was all said and done, it was like that was just like the cherry on top, and you start questioning yourself a little bit like, well, what the fuck did I do, and how did I do enough, and the whole nine. So you do go through those progressions where you feel like what the fuck was going on, and what did I do? You know what I'm saying? But after a while, you already know, hey, you did everything right. And I did have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And she was forthcoming, and she was truthful, and the whole nine. And she didn't have to be, but you know, thank you for being that way. But at the end of the day, you know, you do go through those range of emotions, and you start doubting yourself a little bit. But the main thing is, I'll tell everybody out there, once that shit happened to you, please step back. Take time for yourself. Get your shit back in order. You know, fall back in love with you. Like what T.O. said, I always love this. What he said, I love me some me, love you some you. And then whenever you feel like the time is right to get back out there, if you so choose to, then get back out there on the scene and, you know, see what's out there, see if there's anything that could compliment you. But yeah, we go through the same shit, at least for me, that women go through, whatever's in your head.
Brother Kenny, thank you, Brother Bird. Brother Kenny, ever been cheated on, and how did you, to answer Sheila's question, how did you feel?
Yeah, Bert said a lot of things that are accurate, Miss Sheila. I think men, when we get cheated on, we feel the same way. Yes, I've been cheated on, and I think men take cheating, we take it a little bit more harder, I think, than women. Not saying women don't deal with it, because I think with us being visual, a lot of times when we know that our woman has physically cheated, in our minds we are playing back that it was another man jumping up and down on my woman. And that is something for most men is hard to get past. It really is. And it's a difficult emotion to deal with. So it also depends on the level of the love and the connection you have with that woman. Some women that you was kicking it with, they stepped out. Some men be like, it is what it is. I wasn't really rocking with her like that anyway. My feelings wasn't that deep. But if it's somebody you truly love, that you was really in love with for a man, if he found out this woman cheated, that's devastating to that man. And it takes some time it's going to take a whole lot for him to get past that.
Okay. So let me answer. Of course, I want to answer as well. Something must be wrong with me. Something must truly be wrong with me. I look back and think how I was raised, and ironically, I had this conversation with my sister yesterday, and not about this particularly, but I was talking about this one point. I was telling her, I'm so grateful. The two of my brothers that are no longer with us. I had two brothers who died from HIV and AIDS, and they were such complete polar opposites of each other. Al and Paul, bless their soul. Paul was dark-skinned, the most handsome brother out of the lot of us. Pure thug, pure and simple. Think New Jack City. Think Nino Brown. That was my brother Paul. Dressed, he was a drug dealer. Just the most charismatic person you could just imagine. Women loved him. Small in stature, just neat. His walk, he carried himself. And so when I would be around him, I'm looking up to him because I'm just enamored with all of the attention that he drew and the fear, of the people. They just are afraid of him. And it was just a privilege to be Small P's brother. Just to walk with him and just that fear of feeling like nothing was going to happen to me. Then I had my brother Al, who was the complete opposite. High yellow, also good looking, fan of disco, a culture. Al exposed me to the ballet, to museums, took me to libraries, always told me, don't be like these niggers here. You keep your head in these books and whatnot. And Al stoked the scholarly part of me and pushed me to those different limits to be sophisticated and to know how to talk and speak. And they literally fought every day. They hated each other in a sense. And so I looked up to both of them. So being trapped in this position, I want to be both of them. Why am I telling you guys this? Growing up in that way, I was exposed in my feelings for women. I led this double life to something must be wrong with me. Kenny, you're right. To answer that question, I've been cheated on. If it was somebody I didn't really wasn't in love with, I didn't give a shit. It was just pussy. They, I went into it knowing that, okay, I'm probably not the only person fucking her. My thing was always just, bitch, don't bring me no disease. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm fucking other people too. Now, those instances where I was involved with somebody and I was betrayed, to your point, Tasha, do you know, still for me, even in that moment, my reaction wasn't devastation.
He can't.
I felt hurt, of course, but at the same time, I've always been able to process it as just sex. It's just a physical act for me. So I've been able to look at it. Yeah.
Well, could that be said for you because you was doing your thing like the whole time?
I think that's a part of it, but what I'm trying to explain to you, it's also the way I view sex in my head, that I view it as an act. I truly feel like even now, if I was with somebody, I don't worry about if somebody else is ringing that bell. What's that movie, The Best Man, and he's getting married and he's envisioning somebody pounding his wife. Look, I just don't view it that way. My thing is, I would be a happy man if you don't tell me that. I'm okay. Long as you don't bring me no disease, you fuck at my level and you don't get caught. I think it's ingenious on a woman's part if she can go out there and get her bell rung and keep it from me. Have at it. I'm of the mindset, why should you have to eat only steak? If you like steak and lobster, go have you a free meal. Don't get caught. Be smart about it. Let me die a happy man without knowing that it even happened. I'm really okay with that. And especially as I've aged now, that I don't expect to be your all and everything. I'm okay with that. I view sex a little differently, and so that it doesn't bother me as much. But to your point, Kenny, I think men in general, from what I've watched, they handle it worse. That's why they want to kill a woman. That's why they want to tear some shit up, and so I agree, but it just doesn't affect me as that way, y'all.
Do you want an open relationship then, Black? If
what?
It came down to that?
Oh God, I'm completely open to an open relationship. As I've evolved now, I would never. There was a time when I would never have wanted a long distance relationship. I'm completely open to that now. I honestly don't feel like I got enough to give some. I'm too selfish to be with somebody full time all the time. They would get on my fucking nerves and I would get on theirs. I got too many fucking habits and things that make me happy that I would have to give up. I think I could be the greatest boyfriend and charming as fuck if the person comes in and we be great to each other. Then I want her to go home. I absolutely love living alone. I love it. I love sleeping alone. Now, I know moments where when she comes over, I wouldn't mind cuddling, I want to rub on some ass. But then there's a point where no, I want to be alone and be in my own space. So I'm open to and even an open relationship. Again, I don't want to hear about it. So I'm not saying we can lay up and you could tell me, man, he rang my bell. No, bitch, I don't want to hear that part. Just keep it to yourself, When you bring that pussy to me, if it's clean and it ain't got no smell, and you protecting me and I'm protecting you, what I care about who you with, I don't really care. DJ says, Black, every single man thinks that way. It's when you find that girl you love and she cheats. So I'm trying to tell you, DJ, I've been with women I love. My wife, I just finished saying, if she had cheated, that was not going to be the reason why the marriage ended. It was not going to be that. I was fully prepared for that. If she had said to me, I need to tell you something, I'd have been like, okay, well, do you love the guy? Whatever. So you still want to be in this marriage? I don't want to hear the details. That's fine.
Let me say this real quick. I think emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. Me
And
personally.
I can agree with, and you're right, Kenny. And that's why I said the physical act doesn't necessarily bother me, you know, because you got to understand the way my brain works. I think when women go on trips, women aren't going to tell you about miscellaneous dick. They're not going to talk about when they was on a girl's trip and Tasha, you slipped and fell on some dick. Not you
You
personally.
just said you don't want to hear about it. We'll tell you.
There you go. So that's my point. That's my point. I don't think women are going to talk about the guy that had a small dick and that he only lasted. She's going to wipe that out of her memory, or that don't even count.
No, we won't talk about him.
There's women out here right now, fellas, who got your wives and girlfriends who go to a party and they sucking some dick in the bathroom. They're not gonna tell you.
What the hell?
They drank a few too many Mai Tais and Long Island teas, and just know this: make them goggle before they kiss you. Because
there's all types of ways to please a woman besides using the shaft.
I'm just saying.
What type of party are they going to, and are they doing it? Why are they in the corner? Okay, is it like a glory hole over there? Like,
no, I think this could be a normal party. I think we at a place now where, because I think we've graduated to a place now where if I'm in a sports bar, I don't have a problem saying to a woman, "Shit, I want to see what that mouth do." Now the answer sometimes gonna be, "Shit, where we going?" I've snuck out of a bowling alley and got my dick sucked in the car. We came back and nobody was the wiser. Now she will go home to her boyfriend and her husband with my dick on her breath. You know, God bless her. You know? So anyway, I just view the sexual. Kenny's right. The emotional act is different, you know. Get you some dick on the side, sweetheart. I don't care. Don't let him. Now back to the first topic. Don't let him rag the pussy out. By the time I get to it, I want your pussy all raggedy and your lips all beat up. And it got a foreign smell to it. I don't
Oh, they been through the ringer, baby. They had a hard life.
That's what I'm saying. I said, first the fuck of all, ain't no one sucking no damn peen at no freaking party. You must be going to the wrong parties.
Over on the hill.
You going to the wrong parties, and my nephew's having a party in October, and it's gonna be some dick sucking at that party.
You trying to get the party canceled already? Why would you say that?
DJ says, as I'm moving in with my girl, he says this. I'm trying to retire.
Right.
Watch it now. I might have to open the freezer.
Oh my God. Okay. In the interest of time, I want to show you guys two clips, which is going to be the impetus for my next show. And it almost was the show tonight, but I felt like it would be unfair if I didn't give the audience time to prepare for this topic. I got this topic idea from none other than my brother sitting right up there, Mr. Ken. Mr. Kenny sent me a clip, and it set this idea in motion. So I want to play this clip, and I'm going to play another clip behind it. It's not for discussion, but I want y'all to get a precursor as to where next Wednesday's show is going to go. Okay, so but share my screen, and I just want you guys to suck this in and drink this in. I should say. I want to say suck. Man.
No, we tired of sucking shit. We was at the party apparently. Tired of it.
Check this clip out. Brother Kenny sent this to me.
Okay.
It's not doing nothing, Black.
Yeah.
It was talking. Hold on.
It might be muted. It's not.
Can y'all hear that?
Nope.
No. I can't hear it.
Are you serious?
No.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear it.
That.
Okay, hold on. Oh man.
Trying to get that glare out of your face. Yeah, excuse the background.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing because this is important. I want y'all to hear this. Okay, let's try this again. Let me pull it up first. Hold on. Maybe I'll pull it up first.
Let me close up everything while we're talking.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again.
It's a little bit too much light on y'all.
The audio is pushed.
It's not Bluetooth, remember?
So first, almost, can y'all see that screen?
Yeah.
I see it now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we straight.
Okay.
that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear
Mm-hmm.
Come on, lady.
Watch out, Coco.
Damn, I want y'all to hear this. Don't do this.
I'm moving just a little bit, you guys. I'm sorry. It might be dark. Just 1 second here.
Ask you to indict men in this question, but I do.
Fuck.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm in the dark. Just give me 1 second.
I'm gonna try one more time. If not, then we're gonna have to.
I want you to speak, Ayanla, to.
I stepped in the dark.
Stop sharing.
Excuse me.
I've seen that video.
Okay, y'all, hang tight 1 second.
Right, how we can create and not build. When some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it, if he owns the bus,
see, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus. If he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
Oh, that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you.
Now, in that segment, Iyanla Vanzant, she called it straightening our crowns. And she was talking to this sister about basically priorities when it comes to how they look at black men. She asked the question, would you date a bus driver? And she proceeded to give her some insight. Hold that thought. I'm going to share my screen because there's another clip. And this one is a little bit longer and it gets real deep. But I want you to see it in its entirety because these two clips are going to be the crux and the basis of next week's topic. Hang on. And I know a little time, so thank you for staying a little bit, but I want y'all to hear this. So
I'm trying to get him out of the screen.
Y'all can see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back out of the screen.
Can you hear?
A man who has very clear vision.
Yeah.
He is clear about purpose and destiny, not just for himself, but a man who you marry has to be able to cultivate what is in and on you as well. So I can't have a man who is unclear about where he is going and who is intimidated by what and who I am. He has to be able to help me cultivate what I am as well. So I desire clear vision. I desire clear purpose. I need definition. I'm not a go with the flow type of woman. I need to know where we going, what we doing, what's the destination. I thrive. Hear this. I thrive when I know what's going on, and I shouldn't have to ask you. I need you to lay out the plan for us. Take me on a drive.
Go ahead, go bend up,
Wait a minute,
bend up.
Hold on. Listen, I don't care if you gotta put me in a car. We ain't gotta have no money at this point, but hold on. Put me in a car, drive me around, talk to me. Tell me, baby, this is what we're getting ready to do. This is the land that I desire to buy. These are the businesses that I desire to have. This is what I want. Make it clear. I thrive in clarity. The Bible says that God is not the author of confusion. So I ought to know exactly where I stand with you. Hear this. I ought to know exactly where I stand with you. And I ought to know where I fit in your life. I'm not competing with your mama, your sister, your daughter, your dog. the baddest thing to you. Listen. Once he's laid out vision, once we know the direction that we are going in, I desire a disciplined man. A man who don't gotta sleep with everything he sees. I desire a man who can communicate to me. Tell me you ain't gotta be perfect, but I can't work with what I don't know. Tell me what I don't know. Love me, be gentle with me. The Bible says that he washes her with the word of the Lord. You ain't gotta know every scripture, but you gotta know something. You gotta know something. You provide an environment where I'm safe. My heart is safe. I can go to sleep at night without feeling like I gotta check your phone because I know you lying. I want safety. I want an environment where I can thrive. Because let me tell you this about most women. When a man provides that for a woman, she will walk through every fire. She will climb every mountain. You ain't gotta have nothing but $5, but if you are loyal to her, she gonna take that $5 and turn it into $500,000. That is what I desire. Hey, listen, ain't nobody got no time for no games. Listen, you have women who are carrying destiny and purpose on them. You don't have time for all of this stuff. And let me tell you this, the enemy uses relationships with us because he knows that it is the one thing that can derail what our destiny is. Hell studies how we love and who we love. It is the thing that demons use the most. This is why we date the same spirit in a different body.
There it is.
He knows that if I can get her in a dysfunctional relationship, I can steal her confidence, I can kill her esteem, and then I can destroy her destiny.
All righty, folks.
Okay.
All right. I want y'all to drink that in. And my God, don't comment. Hannah says, sis is telling no lies. DJ, cap.
Oh, he called Capricorn?
He's calling Capricorn on there. Kenny, you inspired this because everywhere I go, everywhere I look, TikTok, Facebook, I belong to multiple groups on here. It talks about the Black woman and, how they are struggling to find a mate. And if you notice what she held audience, it's predominantly women, and she was preaching. They clearly love what she had to say. So I want to have a raw, real conversation dissecting that, because if we're going to talk about our Black queens, next week's show is going to be called Black Queens on an Empty Throne.
Well, this gonna be heavy. This gonna be good.
Yes, we're gonna get into it. And for that reason, it was gonna be the night show, but I wanted to give my audience an opportunity to drink it in.
Make sure you
give you a week.
Make sure you promote this.
I want to promote it and invite enough people to have an honest dialogue on what she had to say.
Yeah.
Hannah says she will be here. She's ready for next week. All I ask, if you're watching this, and for those you might watch this afterwards, especially to my men, this goes out to my men. Don't come with that bullshit.
Right.
I want you to be honest, and this is a safe environment. Don't be afraid to say what you really feel. I get men sometimes, Sheila, on this platform, who behind the scenes say one thing, then they get in front of the camera and they get politically correct. Fellas, don't come on the Don't come on if you're not going to be real and raw.
That's right. Let's come real.
Come on. I don't need that. I waste space sometimes. And then for women, If you want to come on this platform, this is why I love having you as a guest. Sheila, you spoke your authentic truth. You're welcome
Thank you
anytime.
so much.
I have had guests that have come on that was fucking blocks, paperweights. You will never be invited again. You blockheaded bitches, you.
Shut up.
So you served no purpose. You took up a space in my studio where a real voice could have been heard. You served no purpose. This is real talk.
That's right.
This is called real talk. It's live, it's raw, and most of all, it's got to be real. But we're going to always agree to disagree without being disagreeable. So yes, I'm going to promote this. I'm going to do my best to invite various opinions on here. I hope you come back, Sheila. My family.
Make sure I have the link because I want to make sure I'm
going to send you a friend request, Sheila, so that you'll have notification going forward.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
thank you,
sweetheart. So absolutely. So yes. So look, I want to share that with you guys. These three people that's right here, I know what I'm going to get from them.
Follow me.
I know what I'm gonna get from them every show. I know what I'm gonna get from them. So y'all, we gonna make it do what it do. In closing, somebody says, I miss y'all. That red shirt look real good. Somebody says that man in the red shirt looks pretty damn good.
Look out there, Ghost.
Looks
it's going
good
down,
as fuck.
player. It's going down.
So Ghost has an admirer. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. That's my dog. As Smokey would say. But anyway.
That's right, Bert. Tell us you're happily married. Just being thirsty in the comments.
That's right, ladies.
That's my dog.
You know them good ones is always spoken for.
That's my dog.
That's right. But it's okay to let them admire them good looks, baby.
DJ, I said it. Them blockheaded bitches that was taking up space just sitting there. So you will not be back. You will not be back. So anyway, God bless you all. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. This has been a great show tonight. Thank you. Great to meet you. Great to have you, Miss Sheila. I'm looking forward to having you on the show.
I appreciate you all lifting my spirits, and it's been a pleasure. And I thank God for just having me pick up my phone. And I just, like I say, some words that you can't even just express the words of thank you. So I love you all. Thank you so much.
We love you. Thank you. We love you.
You most welcome, sister.
Absolutely.
Stay in touch now.
and Sheila, go on YouTube and Facebook. Look for TFG. This is just one of the shows on the platform. They got everything. TFG got everything you need. Sports, religion, politics, fuckery and foolishness. You name it, we got it. You know. Check the platform out. Subscribe. Tell family. Tell friends. Please share the content. And
I got you covered.
I appreciate you. But that's
Thank
it.
you so
enjoy
much.
the rest of your week. It's warm outside. Enjoy the weather. Fellas, the hunt has begun. It's some fat pussy
already
out here. God bless you.
Man. All right, man.